I'm going to tell you this to take it to the bank. That the reason why Nigerians are advocating for the division of Nigeria is nothing but purely as a result of religious fanaticism that exists predominantly in the north. Take religious fanaticism out of the north, I am telling you, the northern Nigeria becomes the best place any other human being can ever exist. But with fanaticism in the north, nothing good can ever come out of it. And I want to challenge people that will now say that it's as a result of bad governance, bad leadership. I want to tell you that bad governance and bad leadership, as far as it exists in the north, is also informed as a result of religious fanaticism. Because as it is, the clerics are actually the ones that decide who should be voted for and who should not be voted for. And it still falls back to, take it or leave it, you say some of the clerics are in bed with the politicians or whatever, but take it or leave it, even if they are in bed with the politicians or whatever, the fact is, common sense simply entails that a typical northerner should know that religious fanaticism should not be something to be entertained, whether it comes from a cleric, scholar, or a politician. So let's not downplay the reality with bad governance. The fact is, kick out religious fanaticism out of the north and everything becomes equal. Don't blame people for agitating for middle belt. Don't blame people for agitating for Biafra. That is just the fact. Because when you look at it now, most of these atrocities are coming from the northerners informed religiously. It's religious inclination that have made the likes of them Shegumi to advocate for pardon for people that have unalived individuals, right? And it's the same religious indoctrination that tells you that a politician is Oga, is your head, and you shouldn't actually challenge him irrespective of what he's doing. It's the same religion that have resulted to Muslim ticket. It's the same religion that have told you not to rebel in regards bad governance and a lot of it. It's the same religion that have succeeded in idolizing or criminalizing people that are not of the same religious concept, not tribe. Not tribal affiliations. Because I will tell you that as far as the north is concerned, there's no tribal discrimination that you can actually pinpoint to a reasonable extent that is what is dividing people, despite the hundreds of tribes that exist in the north. But as far as religion is concerned, religion is the major principle. And what is my advocacy? My advocacy is, I would have loved a situation I advocate, you talk, I talk, and it's going to change a lot of minds, and everybody at a point in time will come to a specific page and a point of convergence that at the end of the day, all we require is good governance. But if I must tell you the truth, I don't tire. And every other person is getting tired. And it looks as if this is a solution that is going to require my generation and the next generation and other generation. So what is my advocacy? Allow everybody with his own concept to test the test of his medicine. That is why I'm saying when people are advocating they need to go, let them go. And people that are saying everybody must stay, nah, lie. And let me tell you how a fanatic typically thinks in northern Nigeria. A fanatic in northern Nigeria believes that northern Nigeria belongs to Ousmane Danfodio. And it belongs to other people and that they reverence so much. That this is their land to conquer, and even the nation. And if you are thinking it stops as just conquering the northern Nigeria or Nigeria, it doesn't stop there. The fact is, a fanatic believes in this general concept that the world entirely must be conquered according to his fanatic ideology. That is to tell you it's an endless war. And me, I'm not ready for that endless war. I'll go do the one way I see result here. So any other person that is interested in giving these people a test of their medicine, I am in tune with you. I am in tune with you. Let's not be hypocritical. Just like I keep saying, I will not lie to myself. remove religious fanaticism in the north, and the north becomes the best place, just like it used to be. But if that is not the case, let everybody test his medicine. Seriously. The fact is, all by now, by all of us, nobody lives here forever. Whatever you think they inform you, now the same thing where they inform you. That same madness where you think say you can acquire as a result of religious fanaticism, myself I feel acquire. And let's see who lives here forever. And nothing more. So sincerely speaking, just like I keep saying, I'm not an ambassador of hypocritical peace. Hypocritical peace. Because when you excuse it on the part of political incompetence, the political influence is actually informed religiously. And the government of the day is doing nothing in that regard. So don't deceive yourself. Whatever it is, the concept you believe you are going to pursue to ensure that you live in peace and your next generation live in peace, pursue it. Till everybody, till we see from the body language of everybody concerned and even the government that they are ready to embrace peace and let everybody live in harmony, then we can now have a different conversation. But as far as now is concerned, don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself that this talk now go change everything. Now action go change something.
It is only the northerners that doesn't want Nigeria to separate. It is only the northerners that doesn't want Nigeria to break. But you see that break will all be seeking. We might be getting it sooner than many of you could ever imagine. Yes, we want Nigeria to break because this is the only solution to the criminality and the hostage that we are being held by few cabals. Nigeria must break. Every region must have their independence. This is the only solution. But let me tell you the good news, Nigerians. I have a video I'm going to show you. Be patient with me a bit. As we speak, you are all aware that President Tinubu spent $9 million in paying a US lobbyist, a Republican US lobbyist, just to rewrite the narrative as regards the Christian genocide that is happening in Nigeria. For this reason, a $9 million, our taxpayers' money, $9 million, was being wasted on this venture. But the good news is that after that $9 million, I'm going to show you a video now of what the US Congress are going to present before President Donald Trump of their findings as regards the genocide going on in Nigeria. And one of the solutions they are profiling to President Donald Trump, that is one of the solutions they are profiling as regards the problem in Nigeria, is a total separation, a total break of this country. So that is why I said, be patient. That independent region we seek, we might be having it sooner than later. The Northerners are not happy with this, but it is not about them. Let them practice their Sharia in the north. Let them have their Boko Haram as their bush warriors, as their brothers and sisters, as their neighbor. We don't want Boko Haram in our region. Every region will have their independence, and let them manage their resources the way they want it. All this cabal holding us all hostage will be put an end to. Hopefully President Donald Trump will look at it and choose a break of Nigeria as one of the best solutions to the insecurity and the genocide that is happening in Nigeria. Enough is enough. President Tinubu wasted our taxpayers' money, $9 million. This government is so wasteful. But I'm happy this is happening at this point in time. But our $9 million has gone down the drain. That is very sad. But the good news is that Nigeria will be having a break, likely sooner than later. And this is all we are asking for.
Guys, it be like say we are close to promised land though. A Northern elder named Ahmed Tajin Ramalan is calling on the Northerners to wake up. Look at what he said. Wake up, not, he said. US Congress to propose the breaking up Nigeria to President Trump. We will provide options for President Trump on Nigeria. This January 2026, US Congressman Ray Moore said, break up Nigeria will be one of the options to create a safe zone for Christians. Half Muslim, half Christians have never worked and will never work. Islam in Nigeria will not accept equity. You dey see the points. This is a Northern Muslim, a Northern elder speaking, calling on their own people to wake up. That look at the plan that US Congressman Ray Moore want to propose to Donald Trump about the breaking up of Nigeria. You know, most times when we talk, you guys say, it's a fake news, fake news, fake news. Or you still call this one fake news. No, still call them fake news. Because the news is everywhere. And most times, the Nigerian media houses are not posting it. They will not carry it because they know that thing is against their own. It's against what they stand on. It's against their way of their governance. But now only people will understand this and then go they bring them come up.
So that the Ayeme Hunter, no say Nigeria, indivisible Nigeria. Why Southern of Sokoto and Salusi, they gather, they cry. They say they don't want any division of Nigeria, that Nigeria cannot divide. Can you stop America from dividing Nigeria? All we Biafra want is just pronunciation of Biafra. Said legalize that they support Biafra, that they back Biafra. Leave the rest for us. Let us now know you, Janjaweed. Can you stand in our way? We just want the pronounce by a word of power like America that they recognize Biafra as a sovereign nation, as Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu government have done to Somaliland. That is exactly what we Biafrans want and the other Christians of Nigeria want. When America pronounce with their mouth that Biafra is a nation, that they recognize Biafra. Finish! Who is Salusi? Who is Sadan of Sokoto? Who is Fulani? Lehapu kai pochafunga. And when he awoke Agugo, one day watching I can be a G and one day Mona and young Hako, and young Hako by a room. One Ile Mayana Pro, who knew when a woman got to go, and look at the men who not here when we got to go. We don't look face one, no, yes, your warrior men. Eh? You see,
the Northerners and the Northern leaders come together in a meeting, said that they don't want Nigerians to divide. And this is because the United States guys said that the best thing that he can propose to Donald Trump is to find a way to divide Nigerians. Here is what you need to know. First, to the Northerners, Nigeria will divide sooner or later. Start getting used to that. And again, the Northerners must also wake up to build something for themselves. The Igbo people, the Southeast, have something called business. No matter what, they can reorganize themselves and build a Dubai where people can come and fabricate and do so much. There is oil, there's technical know-how. Their life is business. The South can decide to depend on oil. Maybe rent stones for cement and so many agriculture and all. Fine and beautiful. Then you should come down again and look out to the Southeast. They have Lagos and other parts that is business oriented. Now if you come to Kaduna State, where they were hub for business, they are closed. Kano is a center of commerce. There is nothing commerce in that area anymore. Now you go to Maiduguri, it's now become a war zone. Taraba, southern part of the north and all part of the north, there is no business. And here again, the level of education for the Northerners, especially part of Nigerians and their majority, is much. The Englishman would say is plenty. The superior or the highlights of people of the Northerners refuse to send their children, most of those people, to school, thereby creating a future hazard for themselves. Now I said, if you talk now, they began to think otherwise. Attack like a striker. And that is what it is. It's time for the Northerners to come together and use their population for their favor. In China, where we have a high population density, what did they do? They educate their people. There's entrepreneurship. There is skills that their children learn that make them become very important in their own country. If Nigeria divides tomorrow, what is the technical know-how for the Northerners to exist? In conclusion, Nigeria will divide neither today or tomorrow. The reasons are based on insecurity, segmentation, lies, sincerity, absence, and every other thing. You depends on power. Power without development, without self-security, will become useless when those people who enhance that your power and superiority divide away from you and leave you in the ocean of know-how. This is Lion Voice today to say wake up to the Northerners that someday somehow the Igbos will surely go home. They must. I can bet on this. If it is not today, it may be tomorrow and maybe another day. According to one of the greatest guy of America, and said this, that is Junior said, if not today, my Luther Junior, if it's not today, it's tomorrow. Neither in my lifetime or when I'm not here. I am saying the truth, and this is what I'm trying to do. This is Lion Voice today to say enjoy the rest of your day. That division is important. It will come. Nigeria is remain one of the most corrupt country in the world, and this is the best of
Good day
it.
to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Channel. Honestly, it is going to be very difficult for the North this time to override the interests of the whole Nigerians, because the thing is this: many Southern Nigerians are of the opinion that Nigeria should be split into two different countries or more because of what is happening in Nigeria currently. But the North are insisting that they don't want it. And this is owing to the fact that they know that they are the sole beneficiary of this one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a sham to me because it's not even supposed to be existing in the first place, because the North and the South, they are not the same thing. They are practicing different things, and their way of life and their culture is different, their way of life is different. So many things are so different. So there's no way we shouldn't even have been made a singular country in the first place. But now the US are trying to intervene and help us split into two different regions and two different countries so that everyone can stay on their own, and so that it can bring a lasting solution to this whole menace and insecurity happening in our region. And of course, this is what so many Southerners want, because what is happening in Nigeria today is no longer palatable again. But the North continue to challenge this and continue to call for a resolution to ensure that Nigerians stand against any plan or any move for US to break Nigeria or to cause Nigeria to split. The thing is this: anything they are discussing in that their region is for their region alone. It's not going to cover the South, because the South knows what they want, and the North is not going to stand to speak as a mouthpiece for the South. If the Southern Nigerians want division and they want the country to be splitted into two different regions or more, then so be it. The North is not going to stop anything from happening, because the country does not belong to them. They are acting as though they are the gatekeeper of Nigeria, and Nigeria belongs to them. And this is the major reason why the South are calling for this whole splitting, because if we continue like this and we let this whole opportunity slip, of course it's going to be a very, very difficult one for the Southerner anytime power goes back to the North. This whole insecurity thing, it's not going to calm down anytime soon, because these guys have their plan differently. They have their own different agenda, and these guys can stay for years to achieve this agenda. And if it doesn't come out, or if they don't achieve it now, and we don't split now, and this whole country continue to be a singular entity going forward, of course they'll make their plans more formidable, and they'll achieve it in no distant time. So of course, everything we need to do now is to ensure that we use every fiber of our speech and our mouths, our voice, to call on to call for the division and the splitting of this country, so that peace and normalcy can return to this country. Nigeria seems to be bigger than a country that should be won, because of course nothing is working in this country, and it's not to the advantage of the masses, rather it's to the disadvantage of the masses. They're not rich and blessed with so many mineral resources, but it's just that they lack the wherewithal or the knowledge to harness this whole thing. And I'm sure if the splitting comes to pass, they are going to think outside the box to ensure that they harness these resources they have. It's not as if they are going to be handicapped or they are going to suffer whatsoever. The only reason or the only notes where they will suffer is when they cannot harness the resources they have. But that's for them. The South will continue harnessing their own resources and ensure that they develop at a very faster pace than it should. Because of course we all know the person that is the region that is causing this stunted growth that's happening in the country. The northern region are the cause of this whole growth, this whole underdevelopment happening in Nigeria. And of course everybody needs to be on their own, because I'm not sure the South will want to subscribe to this ideology of the North, of doing things in the archaic manner and like forcing religion and prioritizing religion over every other thing in the country. This is my opinion. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.